So much to cover, so little time. 2 days now we've been covering this breaking news, Tulsi Gabbard coming out. You've seen the reports we've covered it, new evidence of Obama administration conspiracy to subvert President Trump's 2016 victory and presidency, but just the tip of the iceberg. More information coming out this week. I'm going to give you all the sound bites, don't worry. We've covered it detail by detail. Obama never seeing it coming. He knew it was coming. Susan Rice knew it was coming. Remember, she's the one who wrote an email to CYA. Do you recall what she put in that email? About Obama and the meeting itself, an email to herself, because she knew this would spin back. And now it is spinning back. But no matter how much we cover Obama, Brennan, Clapper, Comey, isn't there someone we're missing? Someone who was the center of so much of this? Always seems to escape out of this mess that we have? Who's that one person? Go ahead, put it in the comments. Because I know you know who it is. Intel chief releases Russian disinfo on Hillary Clinton that was rejected by bipartisan Senate panel. Always rejected by bipartisan Senate panels. Always pushed aside. Never the center of the story. Always dismissed. I mean, what? Durham did an investigation, right? Nothing was concluded. Mueller did an investigation. No, nothing was concluded. But what if, just what if there was rumors that someone did have something? Oh, wouldn't that just ruin someone's week? And that's the story. I'll bring you here in 1 minute. So in comes said Hillary Clinton. This Politico article, we can go down in it a little bit. What's it say? To stir up a scandal against U.S. President candidate Donald Trump by tying him to Putin and the Russians, hacking of the Democrat National Committee. We've heard this storyline. But in his letter to Graham, Ratcliffe noted the U.S. intelligence community does not know the accuracy of this allegation or the extent to which the Russian intelligence analysis may reflect exaggeration or fabrication. You see, nobody's been able to lock this claim down. Now they've been able to lock the fact that the Steele dossier, the influence there, pay the fine. We know the involvement of the Hillary campaign in that, but everything else always seems to, although the evidence we collected revealed a troubling disregard for the Clinton plan intelligence and potential confirmation bias in favor of the whatever. It always says the same thing. Although this disturbs us, we can't find any real evidence of anything, so we're going to let it go, and instead we're going to go full force and we're going to investigate Trump. They never had enough evidence. And so Hillary just kept moving forward. Untouched, unscathed, paid a little FEC fine here. Well, that was it. Until rumblings. You see, Tulsi Gabbard puts out this intelligence. And all of a sudden, these people who were maybe a little afraid to talk, a little afraid to come out of the woodwork, not sure they cleared enough of these folks out of the way. The DOJ still purging people out. Comey's daughter out, cleaning house. Well, now, whistleblowers are coming out of the woodwork. They're not so afraid to talk anymore. They didn't like what happened with Trump at Mar-a-Lago. They didn't like what happened in these investigations. And then the big mamba jamba of information comes out concerning, you know who. Hillary Clinton's plan to vilify Trump by linking him to Putin was briefed to Obama and Biden before the election in 2016. While the FBI and DOJ restricted investigations into her campaign, Durham report says. But again, we never had to tie the binds. But it appears now we do. Before I get there, I want to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure your bell is checked to all so you're alerted to upcoming broadcasts. It means the world to me. I want to thank all of you who've subscribed. I want to thank all of you who've made all the videos over the last few days a huge success, amazing. And I want to make sure all of you get to restrictedrepublic.com. I'm going to kick this over to a full-length video. We're going to be covering Why are everybody so nervous about Trump and all these moving parts right now? There's a reason for it. I hope you know that. Also want to give a special shout out to somebody who helps me help keep this video going, sponsor of this video. I know I've mentioned before, Chapter. Have you gotten a Chapter yet? Come on, it's an easy, free phone call. Amazing service. Medicare professionals. You know how confusing Medicare is for you or your loved one. Maybe you're looking for Medicare. Maybe you think you have the best plan. Maybe you do. My subscribers already save thousands by making one free, simple phone call. Average person who calls Chapter saves $1,100 a year. My subscribers already save thousands. You're talking to a person, not a bot. And this Medicare, waste, fraud, abuse, we cover it every day. But by calling them, they go through all your options that are available to you. They present them back to you. You decide, is it a better plan or is it not a better plan? Maybe it is. Great. If it is, maybe you save a little bit of money. Put some more dough in your pocket. I know, that's rare nowadays. If it isn't, move on. No harm, no foul. Again, it's a free phone call. 805-619-5011. 805-619-5011. Take a few minutes out of your day. You don't get that opportunity every day. It's why I allowed them to sponsor this video. It's rare you see these opportunities. Chapter, amazing, amazing company. I want you to give them a ring right now. But now, let's get back to this broadcast. So this vilification of Trump, we know it existed. Durham concluded, for example, the FBI stated that he could not recall anything that the FBI did to analyze anything considering the Clinton plan intelligence. Just one data point. This stands in sharp contrast to its substantial reliance on the uncorroborated Steele reports, which at least some FBI personnel appeared to know was likely being funded or promoted by. Everybody knew it, but yet they didn't do anything about it. No one said they investigated Trump, because there was never any substantial evidence. Tulsi Gabbard.
Last few months, I've been in this role as Director of National Intelligence for just about 6 months. I don't know what excuse there is for those who supposedly investigated this previously, whether it was Durham or others, that they were not able to put together the dots and ultimately show the truth to the American people.
How were these investigators unable to connect the dots that Tulsi and team were able to connect so quickly when these were seasoned investigators? They weren't able to present the facts that Tulsi and team were able to just over the last few days. We've been presenting them to you. Please go back to my prior videos. Depending on what platform you're watching, you can kick back or I could put links above, whichever you prefer. But yet none of these investigators could do anything about it. And why? Well, a lot will contend they're all part of the same system. And that system has been in place for a long time to make sure that nothing ever happened. But now Tulsi doesn't stop there. No, there's more information.
And I understand that there is more, perhaps, that you are going to come out with next week. And I was told that that's why they raided Mar-a-Lago, that they wanted to find the Trump-Russia documents that indicated there was absolutely no collusion and that there was no evidence to even start such an investigation. But Trump didn't have it there in Mar-a-Lago, but that's why they raided his.
Okay, so what's Maria talking about there? That was the video I did just yesterday. Did part of it on Lisa's channel, did part of it on mine. So Tulsi is now presented to the American public that there was no predication to announce to the American public that Russia was involved in anything, that they had anything to do with the election. Now they believe that Trump had that information, proving that there was nothing. So they are contending that they raided Mar-a-Lago to get that information so that Trump could not present it to the American public. But Trump didn't have it there. It appears that Tulsi got it. So the information did exist that they were looking for. And it made it all the way to Tulsi. Now, remember what I've been telling you for many weeks now. There was 2 other files that needed to be declassified. This could still very well be one of them. I contend that it is not. And there was a third, and I missed that there was 3. Very possible. This is moving quick. One of the 2 that I contend that do exist involve Hillary Clinton. Information about this very investigation. Information tying her campaign more closely to it. And lo and behold, which I think we're getting closer to the truth now, out comes this little tidbit.
And subverting the will of the American people. So yes, next week we will be releasing more detailed information about how exactly this took place and the extent to which this information was sought to be hidden from the American people, hidden from officials who would be in a position to do something about it. And that.
Oh, now we're getting closer. There's more information that they have. And again, I would have pushed it aside, probably not done a broadcast on it, because it wasn't enough until a man who I've respected through this entire process, Paul Sperry, comes out. I'm told there are texts and emails indicating Hillary Clinton's campaign aides directly coordinated with Obama White House, NSC, State Department, and intelligence community officials in efforts to dig up dirt tying Donald Trump to Vladimir Putin in July of 2016 developing. Now, if those texts and emails exist, and Tulsi presents it in the same format that she just did on the prior set of information, that would be the declassification that I've been indicating to you is out there, that I've been waiting for weeks. And that would be the information that Obama and Hillary's campaign and people and personnel and personas have been hoping would never have come out. And that would mean that Trump did have all this information and was holding it and did a miraculous job of keeping it away from the intelligence community for all this time. And it would go to explain a lot more about maybe why he posted this video online. Oh, I'm sure you saw it. You see there, Obama. And this was the end of the video. Interesting. And then he also, make sure you repost this one. Maybe he's getting closer. Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, said, we have whistleblowers coming out of the woodwork. Intelligence analysts who worked on Obama and Brennan's fraudulent ICA are now disgusted by what happened, and their affidavits will be provided to the DOJ. Are we looking at something different? Because they looked into Mar-a-Lago, didn't they? They tried to find everything they could. When they couldn't find it, they just put different cover sheets on it. But they didn't find what they wanted. And now we know why. Susan Rice sent to the CYA note to file. Remember this letter? The letter that she emailed to herself just before leaving office. In it stating, President Obama began the conversation by stressing his continued commitment to ensuring every aspect of this issue is handled by the intelligence and law enforcement communities by the book. The president stressed that he is not asking about initiating or instructing anything from a law enforcement perspective. He reiterated that a law enforcement team needs to proceed as it normally would by the book. That's what she chose to send in an email to herself just prior to departing the White House. From a national security perspective, however, President Obama said he wants to be sure that, as we engage with the incoming team, we are mindful to ascertain if there is any reason that we cannot share information fully as it relates to Russia. Doesn't this whole saga suddenly take clear focus now? They knew exactly what they had done, and now it's all coming out in the wash, and there'll be many more updates this week. Just wanted to keep tying this together because it's going to be moving quickly, and I will be here to make sure. But now I'm going to continue on because why is the system going to continue to work harder? The Durhams, the Muellers, the Bushes, the Clintons, the Obamas, the Bidens. Boy, they all don't like Trump, do they? Do you know why? Is it politics? Or is it something else? You want the answer? Get over to Restrict the Republic. Join our family there. It would mean the world to us. We love you all. Until next time, Godspeed and God bless Justice Knight. Signing out.